So before I even get started, what is a bias? So I'm going to read the definition. It's a prejudice in favor of or against one thing, person, or a group compared with another, usually in a way which is considered to be unfair. There are a couple of people can give a lot of different definitions, and there are various ways, but I kind of categorize them in two. They can be conscious, right? Conscious in the sense, the first impression, or we, as I said, we start to judge as soon as we see a person. We start to judge, right? We if somebody's, I'll just say it, right? If you see somebody, even a single wearing maybe she's going for a presentation or something, and she's wearing a suit. Oh my God, that Bibi! Look at that Bibi, right? Or she's going to Gurdwara in a suit where she wants to feel good, right? Oh my God, is that the way you go to, all those things. But Guru Nanak Dev Ji ne ware aapa gal kar rahe si, 550th they're celebrating that, right? But that equality is still not there where we would like it to be. So those are some of the conscious, we see there are things which are consciously we do. My parents have been doing it that way, so I follow it. Other kind of unconscious, it's in our minds, right? And we have an unconscious bias towards something. I'm going to quickly look at something here. So, apa jab bhi asali war karde hain, right? So kya manda aankhi, right? We talk about that. We also talk about Govind Singh Ji ne kya si manas ki jaat sab hai ek ke pehchan, right? So there should be no discrimination of caste, creed. So, are we there yet? Do we do it? Or do we not do it? We still. Let's be open. We still. Right? So, today, again, this is another kind of catch-up slide from what I just already talked about, right? There is ego in ourselves. We say, oh my God, I'm better than that person. Oh, I work here and he works there. Oh my God. How should I even talk to that person? Oh, but then I'm gal nahi karni. Only care the different hai mere naal. Right? I just don't want to get in conversation. Something, right? That's about it. Right? Oh, no, I was just, no, that's my way of just saying it, right? Belief. Right? What's ingrained in us. I was listening to somebody at work. They say, we are programmed, right? Literally, think about a computer, or a program on a computer. As we, just family de vich apan jamme pale, jo bhi unna de sanskar mein, that's programmed. Our mind gets programmed in that way. I'll take a very quick example. I'll be giving examples all this presentation. Most of us are from India, right? Based on, that was our home country. Anyways, HJV, ਉੱਥੇ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਆਪਣੀਆਂ ਮੇਟਸ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਨਾ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾ ਕੱਪ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਟ ਰੱਖੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਚਾਹ ਦੇ ਲਈ. I went a few years back and ਸਾਡੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਏ ਉਹ clean up ਕਰਨ ਦੇ ਲਈ, and I made ਚਾਹ, and my mom was, ਨਹੀਂ ਆਹ ਕੱਪ ਨਹੀਂ, ਉਹ ਕੱਪ ਹੈ. So literally it's ingrained. So those are the things that get ingrained in our head, right? Those are kind of our beliefs as well. And then we always have that fear sometimes, right? Agar main kisi ko kuch kehta, mainu kuch koi keh na deve, right? And that's why we sometimes are also we are very cautious of what we're going to talk. Today I'm taking, when Bibi asked me to speak here, this is my first Khalsa camp, first of all, right? I've been to other camps and I do a lot of speaking at Microsoft and outside, but I don't talk about my faith. I stand out, but there's kind of a bias there as well that you don't talk about it. So I talk about equality, diversity, all that stuff, storytelling, influence and all. But I thought, this is something which was in my head. And so I didn't even tell him what I'm going to ask, what I'm going to talk. But I thought this is something I want to talk. I want to make sure my younger generation, my kids, my boys, my girls, all of you can at least, even if one person says, Auntie, this impacted me, or I'm happy, I'm done for life. Okay? So there are a lot of biases, but there are few which I really wanted to talk. So I'm not going to be able to cover a lot. I'm not going to cover every bias here, but those are the ones which are actually on top of, we should be talking about that. The first is gender. So I feel this is a lot in my industry, and could be reversed. There are many times when there's, I'm in a room full of, the other identity, and I or a few other, girls are in there. But it hurts me in my gut, literally in my gut. As I was preparing for this talk, I started looking at the male to female ratio in Sikhism. It's devastating, guys. It's literally devastating. We are at the bottom. Christians are on the top. Then I think it's Muslims, Jews, or, we are at the bottom. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and we talk about Guru Nanak Dev Ji, he taught us equality. Right? I have some numbers here. It's a report from 2015, and I'm happy to share this. It's a census. After every 1,000 males, 6 have only 903 women. And where are the girls, man? Right? I'm so happy to see so many cars here. But we are at the lowest of religious outfits. I'm sure, literally, I don't know if even I can say it out loud. I'm sure right? And then there is 939 females for in Hindus. There are Jains 940, Muslims 951, Buddhists 965. Christians have 1023 for every 1,000 men. So they have more girls. Oh my God. Why? Okay. Again, preparing for this talk, I did this. I searched for Sikh role models. What's wrong with this picture? Actually, can you recognize some of the saints here? Simranji is a political activist and a professor. Muslim Saint, yeah. Yeah. And yeah, what's wrong? Yep, yeah.
And Mr. Kandari from Dubai.
Yep. Japnaam Singh. He's great. Japnaam Singh he should be here.
Yes.
We need to work on the algorithm so his picture shows as the first. Computer engineers here, we need to work on that. But yeah, what's wrong, right? Yeah. No females. You are not futures, Bill. Oh my. So I baked it. I didn't Google it. That's my, But again, yeah. So we have a problem, right? And it's not that we don't have Sikh role models in female. We do. We do. These are few. These are just few. Right? Benji Palvinder Kaur, first urban Sikh judge of Supreme Court. Harpreet Kaur Benji, she's the first Sikh pilot. This girl, I forgot her name, Gursoj Kaur, right? She became NYPD, the police officer. Who's that? Who's that? Doctor? Vaigru?
Yes.
Pingalwala lady? Thank you. I'm going to call out, sorry. Yeah, no, good. Dr. Indrajit Kaur, right? She's the president of Pingalwala. Runs a huge, we all talk about Pingalwala. Puran Singh ji, she's the one. She's handling everything right now, right? She's got so, and there are many, right? Like, there's so many. Why don't we talk about them? Why?
Background, this is the background. Women ਨੂੰ ਆਪਰੇਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾ ਸਕਦੇ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਐ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ. You can't wear this, you can't do that.
Yeah. Right? I'm going to talk about what we can do to change it. And again, maybe my sings here, my putters, right? Putters. That's a great English. It's not about only cars. It's about you guys too. Because you guys are going to... Oh, sorry. Thank you. You should have given me a cue. It's about you guys. It's actually more on your shoulders than on cars. Let me say it. Right? And it's not that my whole presentation is, I'm going to talk about a lot more. This is just my first, and it was on my top of my head, and my heart literally was burning that I'm good. As soon as I get a stage, this is what I'm going to talk about. Okay? So work the image, how many girls work here? Hands up, please. Oh my God, I love it. How many of my sings work here? My putter, my brothers. Yeah? Good. How many of you have your parents' moms working? Yep. It's hard. It's hard to manage, and I'll talk about that, why it is. Right? Let's go, because there is a place where I'm going to talk about it. I love this. Sings as a family. Right? Okay. What's wrong with this? Okay, first of all, no one will marry you if your rotis are not round. My rotis are still not round. India map, US map, or whatever. No one. I did get Happy now, right? Right. Have you heard this? Actually, let me ask a question to this cars. Have you heard your parents saying, Roti banani, sikhla, kuch karla? Hands up, please. Agar kisi nu kya hoye? Tera vyah nahi hona. Dekh changa se nahi karna. Yes. It is changing. So let me be very open. It is changing. My son, my 14-and-a-half-year-old, he cleans, he takes the stuff out of the dishwasher, takes the trash out. My daughter does some stuff, she's little though, but he makes excellent job, right? And next is I gotta get him to make roti so I can be off the hook. Right? But then this is where we work, right? And but most of the time, as we have been raised, we've got this division of labor in our homes where I'm just gonna put a point there that yes, it is changing. It is changing that mental health, but still in our homes, many homes, I would say 80% of our homes, women are the one who are cooking. Women are the one who are taking care of laundry, grocery, all that stuff. Right? It is becoming a good division of labor that, especially if men are working as well and women are working, it's getting better, but we're not there yet. Right? Oh, this is much better. What went off? The heater went off? Okay, now our feet will be cold. Right? But we still have that, there's still issues there, and we'll talk about that, when I go to the last slide. Okay. Another bias. Hanji.
Can you ask questions?
Hanji, I have a slide where we're gonna just, because this is conversation, okay. I'm just catching. So we talked about work, we talked about home. This is key, right? What's wrong in here?
All women. Bibi.
All Bibi in the langar. It is so different in our, I'm so happy apne jothe vich bhi apne baki smartphone de vich we have seen things helping out, which is great. But I will also share some stories here. There was a thode din pehla I went to Gurdwara Sahib, right? And we do har Sunday. They ki kehande utte announcement hoyi ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਬੀਬੀਆਂ ਦੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ ਥੱਲੇ ਲੰਗਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਾਦੇ ਬਣਾਉਣੇ ਬੀਬੀਆਂ ਦੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ guess what I did I kept sitting I'm like I really ਇੰਨਾ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਚੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ I'm not gonna go I was a bad Bibi that day but my mind was in the kirtan and there were almost 3,000 to 4,000 people in that Gurdwara Sahib I'm sure they got the help which they needed but why BPO की बहुत लोड है. They could have said कि please थले help की लोड है. So those are small biases which they're so ingrained. अपन फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता. We don't even talk about that. We're like okay, yeah, sure. How many women have you heard those are there in the Prabandhak Committee of Gurdwara Sahib?
Halifax, Nova Scotia. The first Sikh institution, 100% female.
Awesome, Bibi. Great. Great. We need just more of that. Oh, wait. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there, Bibi. Definitely. Yes. So we're getting better, right? We are. Another thing I want to talk about is, I think I touched on it, why our ratio is bad. I know many families, I'm going to open it up, where they, apne single family, where they have 1 या 2 या 3 daughters, they kept going. They keep going. Have you seen? Right? Why? I'm just going to leave it there. It's too hard for me to talk about that topic. India ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤਾਂ ਹੈ ਹੀ ਹੈ. ਮੁੰਡਾ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਲੋਹੜੀਆਂ ਮਨਾਉਂਦੇ ਆ ਕੁੜੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਆਪਾਂ we just cry out we're sad we are not yes we are here and it's changing but we are still not there so let's realize when you see that we will talk about what we can do it's a serious topic right. How does it impact our Sikhi then? We talk about equality all the time, right? We talk about Atma singing same. Somebody asked me a question, who were here on the panel? The panel where I was there and I literally logged out. Who's there in that night panel? Okay. The others haven't heard that. That means. There was a question, Singania da Jeevan kive hona chahiye. Frankly, I actually took it to the whole different place that day because I don't know what happened, and I just let it out my whole story. But that is not in my head. That should not be even a question. The question should be Sikh da Jeevan kive hona chahiye. Singh da Jeevan same hona chahiye. There should be no difference. If Singh is doing non-Simran, the girl, the Kaur's, ours, अपन किसी ने गुरु साहब ने तो नहीं किया, सिर्फ सिंह ही non-Simran कर सकता है, सिंह नहीं कर सकती, right? We can do whatever we want to do as our Singhs. There's no stopping back. But again, we're not there yet. And it's you guys, you my young generation, who gonna help me and all the other Kaurs and Singhs that we have. अपन 550 साल पहले गुरु साहब ने ये मैसेज दिया सी. And we are actually not advancing, we are degrading. Let's gut check ourselves. Right? So again, I think you all got it. We are walking away from our own Guru's message. Aba kirtan kar rahe hain, aba din raat aba Khalsa camp de which we are talking about Guru Nanak's message. We are talking about his teachings, right? But at the same time, we equality is the universal way of life. So we are walking away. We've got to stop this. I know there's a lot of things which are happening in India or even here, but let's not have that bystander effect. If you see it, speak up. And the change is not gonna. Somebody also asked me, how can we get, organization? It has to. अगर अपने विचार ही start होएगा, one person stand out. I'll also touch on the female, there was another one. Why other female, speakers, right? That was a question as well. Let me be very open. I said to my Singh, are you okay for me to talk? Because I'm going to rip everything apart. And he said, go for it. Or knock yourself out. And that's what I'm doing. I'm knocking myself out here. Right? It has to start from one. And I want each of you to be a speaker. That's my dream. And not only Kaurs, Singhs too. We need, Sandeep Singh Bibi said, it's been 20 years. And I was like, I was not even born yet. I'm not talking about my age. Right? I was. I was just crying. And then again. So we got to stop that. Right? We are missing input from when you are doing any decisions, when there are decisions happening at big levels, at political levels or camps levels, you're missing input. I'm so happy to see, one of the things which I was super happy to see was how many Bibi were helping out in Khalsa camp. So kudos to you guys, keep doing it. Thank you. You guys are helping us. And then lack of role models, right? How we need to stand up. If we stand up, we will have more role models. And then we need to start talking about it. The one thing which I have seen is, as Bibi said, that Harpreet has been talking for 4 or 5 years, I've been speaking. How many people even knew I was a speaker? Be very open. You're my kid. How many of you knew that I'm a speaker? Engineer. See, it's like out of, I think, probably 70, 80 people sitting here and 2 people know. Because, if a Singh gets up and talk, you're writing about it in newspapers, you're writing about in, I don't know where and where, it's on TV, when a Bibi stands up and I'm like, how the heck she has the courage to talk? That's where the vices come in, right? I'm like, oh my God, we gotta change that. Okay, this is where I open it up. Let's talk about what can we do. I think I was touching on it as I was talking, but I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think we can do? Hanji Viji.
I'm going to take a couple minutes.
Yes, please,
It's a
Viji.
little bit easier in Punjabi.
Hanji,
The
Hanji.
first
मेरी पंजाबी बहुत सोहनी होती सी. I got messed up.
मैं 2 मिनट ही लेने हैं.
Hanji, नहीं Viji, please.
While you were saying things, मैं लाला ने उठाया ਸੀ.
Thank you so much.
ये किसी ਨੂੰ please don't get disheartened.
No.
But ਮੇਰੇ personal opinion ਨੇ.
Hanji.
ਸਿੱਖੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਨੇ ਬੀਬੀ ਤੇ ਮਰਦ ਨੂੰ ਬਰਾਬਰ ਰੱਖਿਆ.
ਬੋਲੇ ਸੋਨਿਹਾਲ
ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ.
ਪਹਿਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਮੋਸ਼ਨ ਲੈਸ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਐਜ਼ ਅ ਵਰਡ ਵੀ ਦੂਜੇ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਲਿਖਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ. ਸਿੱਖੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਨੇ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ, ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ, ਪੰਜਾਂ ਪਿਆਰਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ, ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਨੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ. ਇਹ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਦੇ ਵੀ ਡਿਸਹਾਰਟਨ ਨਾ ਹੋਈਏ. ਸਿੱਖੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਮਾੜੇ ਆ, ਸਿੱਖੀ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ ਚ ਆ. ਇਹ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ, I don't say ਪੰਜਾਬੀ, it's an Indian culture problem.
Yeah.
These demographics you were saying are Indian demographics.
Yeah.
These demographics have nothing to do with Punjab Sikh religion. Not at all.
No. The one demographic I talked about is about Sikh religion.
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਉਹ ਸਿੱਖ ਕੌਣ ਹੈ ਜਿਹਨੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਦਾ ਹੁਕਮ ਮੰਨਿਆ ਹਨਾ. ਜੇ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਡੈਮੋਗ੍ਰਾਫਸ ਨੇ ਜੀ ਉਹ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਆ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ. ਆ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਦੇ ਰਿਹਾ ਮੈਂ ਨਿਊਜ਼ੀਲੈਂਡ ਨੂੰ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਉੱਥੇ ਮੈਂ ਟਾਈਮ ਦੇ ਬਟ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਉੱਥੋਂ ਦੇ ਗਰਾਊਂਡ ਰਿਐਲਿਟੀ ਦਾ ਪਤਾ. ਉਹ ਜਦੋਂ ਸਟੈਟਸ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਆ ਨਾ, ਜਦੋਂ ਡੈਮੋਗ੍ਰਾਫਸ ਤਿਆਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਉਹ ਇੱਕ ਮੋਨੇ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੂੰ ਮੱਥਾ
ਨਹੀਂ, I understand.
ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਆ, ਉਹਦੇ ਡੈਮੋਗ੍ਰਾਫਸ ਲਾ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਆ.
I'm with you. So there are some nuances there.
ਸੋ ਇਹ ਕਦੇ ਮਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਢੇਈ ਕਰਨਾ. ਇੱਥੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਿੱਖ ਨੇ ਸਾਡੀ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਚ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਧਾਰੀ ਨੇ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਬੱਚੀਆਂ ਹੋਈਆਂ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਲੜਕੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਉਹ ਉੱਥੇ ਸੈਟੀਸਫਾਈਡ ਨੇ. ਤੇ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੜਕੀ ਨੂੰ ਅੱਜ ਵੀ ਕੱਲ ਵੀ ਤਾਂ ਸਦਾ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਬਰਾਬਰਤਾ ਅੱਜ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, ਮਿਲਦੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਰਹੇਗੀ. ਆਪਾਂ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਆ ਆਪਾਂ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਧਾਰੀ ਆ. ਆਈ ਡੋਂਟ ਬਲੀਵ ਕਿ ਆਪਣੇ ਤੋਂ ਕੋਈ ਵਿਤਕਰਾ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੋਊਗਾ.
ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਗੁਰੂ ਦੀ ਸੋਚ ਹੈ,
ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਕੋਈ ਗੱਲ ਹੋਈ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਗੁਰਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੱਖ ਕੌਣ ਹੈ ਜਿਹਨੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਦਾ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਦੀ ਦਾਤ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਬੋਡੀ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਜਿਹਨੇ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਦਾਤ ਦੀ. ਉਹ ਇੱਕ ਭਲਾਕੀ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਉਹਦਾ ਸਤਿਕਾਰ ਆ, ਉਹ ਵੀ ਭੈਣ ਭਰਾ. ਪਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਜੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਡੈਮੋਗ੍ਰਾਫਸ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਕਹਾਂਗੇ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਧਾਰੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਡੈਮੋਗ੍ਰਾਫਸ ਦਾ ਟੋਟਲੀ ਹੋਣਾ. ਇਹ ਮੇਰੇ
So Virji, I'm with you on that. Unfortunately, I know about cases ਜਿੱਥੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਧਾਰੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਿਤਕਰਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ. So that was the so yeah. Pinch.
मैं Sikh family to Sikhi, even though my parents were not Amritari, and my teacher asked me to ask my mom कि मैंने मीरा कदों मिलेगा. I was a little child.
Oh my
so
God.
that's how it's happening. If we say ground reality नहीं है, I'm sorry, मैं तो खुद देखिएगा.
अभी अपन ये Indian cultural अपन cultural.
So before we
problem है.
Virji,
And मेरे
yes.
school का नाम से गुरु नानक पब्लिक स्कूल.
ਇਹ ਕਲਚਰਲ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦਾ. ਆਪਾਂ ਉਹੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਾਹਰਲੀ ਕੰਟਰੀਜ਼ ਚ ਦੇਖ ਲਓ, ਇੱਥੇ ਇਦਾਂ ਦਾ ਕੇਸ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ?
Gurminder Karpenji, she talked about in 2017 ke 18. Gurminder Karpenji jab naam se sister-in-law. She talked about Canada's Sikh demographics as well. They are devastating numbers. Thank you, Vijay, so much. Thank you so much. Before we get into conversation, I want to, because my topics are going to be controversial, there will be, right? I want to make sure we don't keep any bias. We keep a positive attitude, okay? We're going to have a conversation, and you're all young saints and guards here, right? So I want to make sure that we are learning something new here. We take away that positive intent. Have a conversation, great. Hanji Viji, you had a question, or you had something.
First of all, I want to apologize for taking up space as a male when a female is speaking. I think if we really want to give space for Sikh women, it's us as men who stop standing up and mansplaining when women are speaking, right? When a woman's speaking her voice, speaking her feelings, standing up and telling her that she doesn't have it right is where the issue in Sikhi is.
Right.
आप ये आवाज बुलंद कर दिया ने तो सिंह खड़ा होकर नो दसना गलत की चाहिए अपने ਵਿੱਚ ਗਲਤੀ ਇਹ
वाहिगुरु
अपना होने सुनने ਦਾ ਵੇਲਾ ਆ ਨਾ ਕਿ ਬੋਲਣ ਦਾ
Right, Drew? I actually really appreciate Vijay you standing up, and I really appreciate you standing up, Vijay. I do understand what you're trying to say and what you're trying to say. My main focus of here today's conversation is, again, reiterating that in 2.5 days we had so much positive learnings. And tomorrow or today evening, some of us are going back to our kids, and tomorrow, or some of us. I want to make sure we keep that positivity inside. We take something, and then we learn from what we see. What are some of the unconscious or conscious bias we are seeing in everyday life, and then question and make sure that it starts from your within. Okay? So I wanted to make sure I'm reiterating that. I'll give, how am I, Baljivan Vijay, you need to keep me on time, okay? Because I can keep speaking for hours and hours. 30 minutes, okay, then I'm gonna go on, because the next one, this is hard. Caste race. Okay. What's her last name?
Kaur.
What's her last name? Louder. Kaur. I heard that. What's her last name? Kaur. Single with koi bolo? Okay.
Kaur.
Yeah. Sing Kaur. Right? You guys are with me? Piche, Ranjan Singh. You with me, Puttu? Okay. Thank you. I'm gonna call out, yes. I know now a few names. Who are we? But who are we? Kaur. Singh.
Kaur Singh.
Okay. Vaheguru. Are we Aroda, Garewal? These are only the ones which came to my top of my mind. Gill, Soddi. Are we Jatt, Khatri, Ravidasya, Jatt? Again, I wrote Jatt 2 times because it's Jatt. It's Jatt. I wrote Jatt. Papa. ਕੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਬੇੜ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਚਮਾ right
Yes, 2 names. Nail, Will, and Nicole.
Pause. Let's pause. No, I just want you to kind of think about this. What's wrong? What's going on? My name is Harpreet Kaur Gill. Harpreet the Gill. Or Harpreet Kaur, Kuman or Garewal or whatever, right? Whatever comes to your mind. Say it. Guru Sahib ne ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਸਾਲ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਸਿੰਘ ਤੇ ਕੌਰ. That's our identity. We don't need another identity. We don't. Right? So let me give you some, again, reflecting back on my own journey. At Microsoft, there are like 17 or 18 Harpreet names. Because it's a unisex name. There are Singhs and there are Kaurs. I'm the only one with Harpreet Kaur. There's Harpreet Nanne, there's Harpreet, oh my God, Vijay will be so mad at me. My another putter is coming in, he's a Gill. There's just name it. Each one of us have our own identity. Each one of us have a superpower. Each one of us is unique. We don't need that last name to talk about who we are. That, occupations honiyan sigiyan. Think about it. Here we don't talk about it, right? India hijabi, we talk about it. How about, do you know, who am I? I have no idea. and I am doing something good, and maybe I have the people who come to my home to clean, they may be judged. How do I know? Right? So, udo hunda siga ki farmer, upper caste, lower caste and all. But Guru Sahib ne to katta. Appa hijavi unde vichi even apniya, and please, as I came jab main Amrit Shakya, some of you know my story, how I got into it. हिजेवी मैनू एंड मेरे बहुत सारे साडे बड़े परिवारां नू हना अपने सियाड़ों सानू कहंदे ने ओ सिंह हैगा उनदे दी कुड़ी लभनी है बट होवे जाती अमृत शक्य हुंदा है
पैंजी मैं ऐड भी देखी है रिक्वायर्ड अ क्लीन शेवन गुरसिख मैं भी ऐड देखी है so सरप्राइज किया
राइट
That's a totally different level.
so we are losing it. Let's Appa change your car. Please go sit down. Thank you. Right, we are losing it. You may see me be emotional, but seriously, मैं आप अपने हत्थां दे विच काउंट कर सकदी हां मैनू किन्नियां ने किया साडी बेटी दे लिए बेटा देखियो वो भी कंप्यूटर कर रही है साडी वो इंजीनियर है बट होवे जाती या कोई अरोड़ा सिंह चल सकता है दैट इज ओके उस तो थल्ले नहीं या फिर there are many, okay, let me be very open here again. I know few Singhs who are still not married. They're marriageable age. They're still not married because they're looking for a Jat Bibi. Jat and Bibi. A Kaur who's a Jat. Sorry. You should be looking for the qualifications, the adaptability, how she's doing in Sikhi versus this. I'm so sorry to say this. I have to say it out loud, but this is happening in our Panth. Let's stand up. Singhs, let's stand up. As Viji said, we need to stand up. And it's the same for the Kaurs, please. It's the same for you. If your parents, then find a coalition where you can say, no, this person is okay. This person's okay, right? And I'll be saying a lie on my face if I say, "Ajkal arranged marriages ajkal bhi chaldiyan ne." But I didn't even see my Singh before I got married. I did good.
We did video chat.
We did video chat where 17 years back. Yesterday was our anniversary, first of all. And so jithe eme karke na holi only his eyes opened up and then his dada opened up and I'm like, oh my god, okay, that's good. I did good though. So moving on, we have a problem here, right? We do. I feel like we have a problem. Who's with me? There are a lot of hands standing. Okay, thank you for realizing, right? And then how does it impact our Sikhi? Again, gosh, we are walking away from our Guru's message. We have separated even our own Gurdwaras. We have a Ramdasiya Gurdwara, we have a Jat Gurdwara, we have a Chimpa Gurdwara. Oh my God, I'm like sick. I'm sick as a Sikh. Right? I'm sick as a Sikh. I'm sick as a Sikh. We are divided and weaker. That is why all these things which you see happening, they're trying to overpower us. They're trying to overpower us because we are still I think Bibi said a really good thing, okay? Ki apa Sikh ban gaya, but ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਪੁਰਾਣੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਈ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਆਪਣੀਆਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਵਾਲੀਆਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਲਈ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ ਹਜੇ ਵੀ ਉੱਥੇ ਤਾਂ ਹੈ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਉੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਚੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਇੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਚੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ we have to be if we have to be in true sense Singhs and Kaurs we have to get rid of all this and again let me be am I there yet ਮੇਰੇ 'ਚ ਇੰਨੀ ਹਿੰਮਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੈਂਦੀ ਜਦ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਨਾ कि ਸਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਮੰਗ ਤੋਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਜੱਟ ਹੈ I wish ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਹਿੰਮਤ ਦੋ ਮੈਂ ਉਸ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿ ਸਕਾਂ ਕਿ are you a real Sikh? ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਛਕ ਕੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਕੰਮ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ
ਤੇ ਕਹਿ ਦੋ ਨਾ ਭੈਣ ਜੀ
yes
ਕਹਿ ਦੋ
yes thank you this is where we all need to be that strong. Another thing I've heard is jab apan ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਪਿੰਡ ਦਾ oh ਅੱਛਾ ਤੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਪਿੰਡ ਦਾ oh ਅੱਛਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਆਏ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਗਿਲੋਂ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ right pushing people away from Sikhi we are with all this Hanji Viji. Oh, Hanji.
Add it that even we go when we are asking like ਆਪਾਂ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਆਪਾਂ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਧਾਰੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਜਥੇਬੰਦੀ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ
Oh, I'm going to talk about that. That's my next slide.
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about that.
I'm opening the patara here. But so what can we do? Hanji, opening up here. Yes, I'm going to talk about Jathabandiyya as well. Benji's question. Hanji Viji.
what can we do now
Yes, what can we do?
sorry मैं आपसे तो थोड़ा टाइम लाऊंगा
I give you 2 minutes.
थैंक यू
Start counting.
सोशल मीडिया ਦਾ ਕਾਫੀ ਹੈਗਾ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਹੋ ਇੱਕ ਲੇਡੀ ਸਰਫ ਦੀ ਐਡ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ ਕੁਕਿੰਗ ਆਇਲ ਦੀ ਐਡ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ तो if ਕੁਝ ਇੱਥੋਂ ਦੀ ਕੁਝ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੁਝ ਸਿੱਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ in the sense ਕਿ if ਇੱਕ ਸਿੰਘ ਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਲਿੱਤਾ ਜਾਵੇ
Yes.
just ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਸੋਸ਼ਲ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ
Yep.
ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹ ਐਡ ਬਣਾਓ
ਹਾਂਜੀ।
ਵੀ ਯੂ ਮੇਕ ਦੈਟ ਐਡ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਸਿੰਘ ਰੋਟੀ ਬਣਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਉਹ not ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਮਤਲਬ ਉਹ ਲੈ ਲਿਆ ਕਿ ਖਾਲੀ ਇੱਕ ਬੰਦੇ ਇੱਕ ਇਮੇਜ ਦਿਖਾਣੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਇੱਕ ਬੰਦੇ ਦੀ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਕੁਕਿੰਗ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਲਾਂਡਰੀ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ whatsoever social media through mindset change करना
It's you bring up such a good point, Virji. Again, sorry, Jill, but I'm going to talk about that. In my home, we have a division of labor. I have never, except for the weekends, cooked breakfast. My husband is the one because again, you have to have the division of labor, right? And I wish for that to happen, Virji, many things needs to stand up and say that I am okay doing that.
so anyone who's interested in doing acting on ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛ ਲਓ ਕੌਣ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ ਕੌਣ ਐਡ ਬਣਾ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਣਾਓ ਐਡ
Okay.
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਐਡ ਬਣਾਓ
I'm such a beautiful singer. Yes, I can
there
do
you go
that.
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਐਡ ਬਣਾਓ ਸਿੰਘ ਨੂੰ
You have to be proud of yourselves, right? Yes.
ਪਹਿਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਡਾ ਇਮੇਜ ਸਟੈਂਡਸ ਆਊਟ
Yes.
ਐਂਡ ਦੂਜੀ ਗੱਲ ਸਪੋਜ਼ ਉਹ ਸਿੰਘ ਕਰੇਗਾ ਕੰਮ
Give
go around the world
who has a marketing agency here? Take me. I'm ready to model for you guys. Okay.
but we need to sing to do that
Yeah. Oh. I'm not gonna sing. Right?
Like we have come from Dubai. Dubai, we have done a lot of things like awareness.
Vaheguru ji, Vaheguru. One person at a time. Thank you.
Even in Gurdwara, ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਦਿਨ ਬੀਬੀਆਂ ਦਾ ਦਿਨ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਸੀ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਰ ਸੇਵਾ ਬੀਬੀ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ ਹੁਕਮਨਾਮਾ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਸ਼ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਬੀਬੀਆਂ ਕਰਦੀਆਂ
but ਰਾਜੇ why ਹਰ ਉਹ ਦਿਨ ਹਰ every day ਕਿਉਂ
It should be.
it is just bringing an awareness ਕਿ ਬੀਬੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਕੁਐਲਿਟੀ ਤੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆ ਰਹੇ
ਹਾਂ ਉਹ
yeah so ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਕੁੜੀਆਂ ਵੀ ਮਤਲਬ ਕਿ we started some basics of Sikhi me my husband and we had a core team there and we were doing something like this ਜਿਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੋ teenagers ਕੁੜੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਦੇਖਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਸੁੰਦਰ ਲੱਗ ਰਹੀ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਨਹੀਂ ਵਧੀਆ ਲੱਗ ਰਹੀ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਨਹੀਂ and they go diverted here and there right ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ then they have to come as a role models then ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸੇਵਾ ਤੇ ਲਗਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਜਾਵੇ teenagers ਨੂੰ being us ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਬੋਲੇ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਤੇਰੀ ਡਿਊਟੀ ਹੈ ਹੁਣ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਿਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ definitely we have come to a modern world and we are professionals working we when you are standing here ਇੱਥੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਕੁੜੀਆਂ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਹੋਣਗੀਆਂ ਕਿ being in ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਧਾਰੀ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ professional ਵੀ ਹੋ and you are standing in the other world as well right so ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹ ਕੁੜੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਦਿਖਾਣਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ when you go to Gurdwara also being in modern dress also how to cover and carry yourself as well and because somewhere ਜਿੱਥੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਿਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੱਚੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹੈ ਅੱਜਕੱਲ ਮਾਡਰਨਾਈਜੇਸ਼ਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਅਵੇਅਰਨੈਸ ਜਦੋਂ ਬੀਬੀ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਐਂਡ ਇੱਕ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਟੀਮ ਵਰਕ ਬਣਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਜਾਵੇ ਐਂਡ we follow that up कि okay बेटा ये तेरी duty है then after a month you again target की सी सादा meet किता है then let BBI come up with that seva.
Yeah, thank you, Benji. We may have some, agree to disagree on the way to dress up at Gurdwara Sahib, but that's fine. Hanji.
So when I got married, Mandeep said he's at the Kaur, which is super scandalous, and he's at their Kaur.
Oh, okay.
And my dad and my family, they're Jat, and now I have two younger sisters who have trouble getting rishte because they know that their older sister married at their Kaur. And one quick thing I would say, just one thing that's helped is one of my cousins is Gagan, and it's really hard to talk to these people, but if you have cousins who are in that situation, if one thing that's helped is confronting these people and their families with kindness, it does actually go a long way because I see my siblings do it and it helps. And even if you're just in college or even if you're just in high school, just standing up for your cousins, it really makes an impact. And I just wanted to say that
Thank you so
it
much.
goes a long way. Even like when you support them on social media or like them and all your chatis are like, oh my god, why are you supporting them? Because there was a whole section of my family that wasn't allowed to talk to me because they were afraid of the bad influence that would have because God forbid we did this. But it helps. So if you have those cousins in your family,
I think you said a really good point with kindness, with compassion. Guru Sahib the message, reiterate karna. I know I'm one of the few who's married here. Who else is married here? So not a lot, yeah. So I see a lot of young Singhs or Singhs and Kaurs who are either at that age. So you are our future. The reason I'm telling you my history or the reason I'm telling you my stories is because don't do the mistakes which I did. Right? I'm not perfect. And I started with that. Please stand out, stand up. Okay? I'm going to move on because I do want to leave some time in the end for Q&A. I don't know if I will be, but let's do it. Religion. It is connected to caste and race. But I wanted to specifically talk about Sikh religion here. Right? What are we doing here? This is a totally different way of thinking about it. Are we trying to blend in or are we trying to stand out? What did our Guru say, first of all? Stand out. Nirala. Right? दूरों ही देखना चाहिए मेरा सिंह या मेरी सिंही. Right? मेरा Sikh दूरों ही दिखना चाहिए. What are we? I'm so happy that obviously this is maybe a little bit of off track because we're talking at Khalsa camp and most of I see we are all standing out. But we have to stand out from inside. We gotta stand out from inside. That means all of the biases which I talked about, we gotta stand out for that too. Okay? So why I'm bringing this is, we do have a reverse bias in this case, we say, apana, we are Singh, we are Kaurs, no, uska nahi gaal karni, ਐਵੇਂ ਰੌਲਾ ਪੈ ਜਾਊਗਾ, ਲੜਾਈ ਪੈ ਜੂਗੀ. Right? ਉਹ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਜਥੇਬੰਦੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਾ ਏਕੇਸ਼ ਵਾਲੇ ਦੋਦਰੇ ਵਾਲੇ ਤਰਮਾਲੇ ਵਾਲੇ it goes on and on and on and on. Right? That's not. Right? Let's stand out in the beliefs we have ਜੋ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਸੀਗੇ. Let me check, ਮੇਰੇ ਦਿਮਾਗ 'ਚ ਇੱਕ ਗੱਲ ਆਈ. Let me touch back on the caste and the race thing, the Jat and all that stuff. ਆਪਾਂ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਧਾਰੀਆਂ
right? Most of us. I'm not going to even ask about that. If not, that's our next step, right? Let's get admission in the school. ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ 5 ਪਿਆਰਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਛਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਮਾਪਿਓ ਜਾਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਰਿਸ਼ਤੇਦਾਰ ਚ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਹਿ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜੱਟ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਹੈ do we have the courage to ask our 5 ਪਿਆਰੇ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਜੱਟ ਹੈ ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਜੱਟਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਹੀ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਛਕਣਾ ਹੈ ਮੈਂ ਰਵਿਦਾਸੀਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਛਕਣਾ do we have the courage to do that? We don't, right? ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹ ਰੱਬ ਦਾ ਰੂਪ ਹੈ but as soon as we come out, you're back. And I'm talking about myself here as well, right? I'm a culprit. I'm a victim. If you think I'm emotional or I'm talking strong, I'm talking to each one of you, but at the same time, I'm on a journey as well. As I'm shouting it out, as I'm saying it, I'm like, Harpreet, Kaur, get stronger. Harpreet, Kaur, stand out. Harpreet, Kaur, you've got the superpower. You've got the uniqueness which Guru Sahib give you. So you can do good as a mom, as a wife, as a speaker, as an artist, as a product leader. You can do this. It's the positive reinforcement which you have to do again and again, right? So we are leaving that Sikh uniqueness and we are turning away from our, Bani, and we are just wasting our lives here with all these spices, right? And then again, as I said, how does it impact? There are some repetitive things which you will see, but that's the point, because each bias has its, it's impacting our Sikhi. It's taking us. If as I say, I'm in a kindergartner, right? I joke with my husband. I'm like, but each one of us has its own journey, right? 5th grade, 6th grade, I'm still still trying to get up the level, right? So we have this inferiority complex. I don't know if it's I'm going to poke you a little. Who, especially my Singhs and Kaurs and who are in schools and colleges, kadi thode man de vich aaya main different lag raha hai, I wish I could do this. Be very open. कदी आया थोड़े मन दे विच मैं ये क्यों नहीं कर सकती हम ये क्यों नहीं कर सकता yeah I see hands standing out standing out yeah thank you Putter Major thank you for reiterating, because it is still in my mind and in my head it comes, and that's okay. It's okay that we are not perfect. It's okay to be imperfect sometimes, but then ask for that ardas that Baba Ji Guru Sahib menu strong rakho. That's why we have Guru Sahib, right? That's why we have Guru Sahib, that we can go and ask. So we need to get out of this inferiority complex. We need to, because we have to stand out. Kiddos, we have to. You are my younger generation. If you push me, I will push you even more. If I start drowning, please pull me up and I will pull you too. We don't stand out for values, which I talked about, right? We are trying to blend in. The people who were there in the panel, I talked about, how Chikwakar, can you please keep I will ask you a question if you need to ask me, right? I actually wanted to show my picture. I had haircut. I had step cut till like 13 years back. I was the most modern girl you could ever think of. It's with the sangat, it's with the, and I was trying to blend in. Mere man de vich ki hunda siga? My siblings, both my siblings, very fair. India de vich fair da bada hai na, there's actually, there is a lotion called Fair and Lovely. You can get fair, man, right? I haven't tried it, but seriously, there's a Fair and Lovely brand, right? And so I had a blended syndrome. I had a blended syndrome of, मैं सोनी नहीं आ. There are few, my parents loved me like crazy, still love me, but in रिश्तेदारी दे विच इनका नाक पता नहीं किधर ते गया है, इनका मत्था छोटा है, इनका व्याह किवें होगा, right? And that made me so competitive. And there were times when few of folks also said that inuna Jammu the station to chakya hoya si. So in my head, I always had that fear that I gotta get all the love and attention of my parents, and so I was very competitive. I used to come first in all the schools, or I'm doing debate competition, so that I stand out, and my parents don't drop me back at that train station. So I was always trying to blend in, literally, and in that blending in syndrome thing, I always felt I'm an anomaly. So I'm talking to you my own life story. I think it's a little segue, but it's impactful. And so I became such a great chameleon who knew when and where to blend in. You see few folks who I didn't even know, I'll go and talk. Hi, like Khalsa, how are you? So I'll do whatever, right? I became so good at conversing. I became so good at just trying to blend in any situation. But that also made me away from my Sikhi. Right? I just, did all the, I went this way and did stuff which not allowed, cut my hair, did all the things, and, but again, Guru Sahib Di Kripa de Naal, I did study good, I did my master's in computers, got into campus placement with Tata, and then through them came here, got into Microsoft, so met a great Singh, or got married to a great Singh because we never met. Right? And then Sangat made me come back. And that's when the realization came. My son actually got me wearing the star. Masterji, I told about Masterji story. Master Naranjan Singh Ji, how he got us from where we were, like filthy animals, and got us where we are. And I'm still like a little ant who can be, munched any time, but I'm trying to, survive in this world, right? And that's the realization as I wore the star, that Guru Sahib has given me to stand out. It helps, right? If you start looking at the pros, it really helps. If you're doing great in your work, in your college, in your jobs, people will remember you. They will not remember thousands of other people, they will remember you. And that's what is helping me. So I always see it as a pro, which is like, there are issues which kind of comes out, but you gotta stand out for yourself. And then again, human life wasted, we've talked about it. I've been given an ishara that I need to move fast. What can we do? Again, a question. What can we do? Or maybe, I think given the time, I'm just going to go on to, and we will talk in the end, what can we do? The last thing which I want to talk about is, again, Jathebundiyan. How many do you know? How many do you know? A lot, right? I'm not gonna pinpoint on any, but we know a lot. There are a few. Puratan samay de vich kyun hundiyan si jathebundiyan? Right? And then again, talking, who's the best one? Main nu belong karna. Who's the best one? Or it's, good, better, best. There was a reason. There was a reason. There was specific reason why there were all these jathebundiyan. For example, even if you take Taksal, right? They were really good with spreading the Guru's message, making sure we have Sandhya. They have their own strengths. They had each had their own superpower. Let's call it, right? Which is still going on. Which is still true. For example, apne jat AKJ, we Nishkam Seva, right? Nishkam Kirtan Seva. Again, Guru Sahib the Prachar, right? Bring people along. So I'm not going to digress here. But each one was there to make us stronger. Each one of them, they had their own core strength. Right? But what are we doing here? We're doing groupism. We are making each one of us, it's making us weaker. We have our differences. We can solve those differences if we keep the eternal message same. Guru's message is the same. solve those. Be respectful. So the way I feel like, again, caste system is again kind of imbibed in itself, in all of these. But it's a controversial one. But again, I wanted to bring it because as saints, as Kaurs, we have to look beyond that. Let's be welcoming. Let's be respectful. We can have our own differences. That's fine. But the basic principles are the same. They are same. We are Guru Sahib's Sikhs. We are Guru Sahib's Sikhs. The basic principles are the same. Equality, love, honesty, right? Whatever core principles you align to, those are same. Let's look beyond that, bring everybody along, because what's happening is there are political powers which are trying to break us. They are trying to break us. He's good than me. He's better than me. मैं नहीं उनके नाल गल करनी. वो उत्थे जानती है. वो उत्थे जांदा है. मैं नहीं उनके नाल. When we are sitting in Sangat, we are all Guru Sahib's kids. I still hear it in our families as well. ये बहुत कोर ने, मतलब बहुत ऑर्थोडॉक्स ने ये वाले. ये करते ने, ये करते ने. इन्हां दा तरीका डिफरेंट है. कीर्तन is कीर्तन. प्यार is प्यार. There's no language for love. There's nothing. Okay? Just gonna leave it there. And then, so this is my last slide, and then I just have Fateh. And then,